Hey there, Dan Gentry here, and I wanted to talk tonight about love. The word love is one of the most used, probably one of the more misunderstood, but in this I want to talk about our relationships and what does love really mean? Because love is a verb, it's not a noun.
So, the big question is this: how are successful professionals like us going to keep increasing our business success and yet still have a full, balanced, and vibrant life that we absolutely love? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. I'm Dan Gentry, and welcome to Third Power Life Podcast.
I remember hearing a story many years back now. It was Stephen Covey had, I think it was in one of his books, but it talked about how he had a couple that came up to him during one of his programs, kind of in the break, and they were talking about their lives and how they were getting a divorce and were trying to get his advice on the best way to go through the divorce without hurting their children and all of the things around that. And he asked, well, why are you getting a divorce? And the gentleman said, well, I don't love her anymore. We don't love each other anymore. And he said, okay, that doesn't make sense. And so what's going on? Why aren't you? And so, well, I don't love her, and he's like, well, we'll just fix it, fix the relationship. And he's like, just love her. And the guy's like, no, you don't understand. I don't love her anymore. That I don't have that feeling anymore. And he goes, no, you misunderstand me. If you want to fix your relationship, you need to love her. Love is a verb. It is not a noun. Love is not a feeling that we have. Love is not something. Love is an action. Love is doing things for other people. Love is making sacrifices. It's an action. It is not a feeling. It's not this thing that you can just, I love them. Okay, well, now I don't. I've taken it back. It doesn't work that way. And that's why love is eternal and love is infinite, right? Because it's an action. It's a way of being. And if we want to have strong relationships, we need to love our partner. And that is, I talk about it in my power rituals. One of the things that I do every night is I take a cup of water and put it on my wife's side table for bed, because I know she likes to have a glass of water, right? That is me loving her. It's not sex. It's not romance. That's part of it. But love is the simple act. It's thinking about another person. And the difficult times that we're going through right now, right now, as I'm recording this, there are people, rioting in the streets, and there are people angry, right? And love is what can fix this. It's the act of doing for others, being of service to others, making sure that we are doing things constantly to make the world a better place, to create, and to be of service, to love people, to stand out, that no matter what you look like, what your preferences are, what all of that stuff is, it doesn't matter. Love your neighbor. Love is forgiving. Love is helping those that can't help themselves. Love is helping those that can help themselves. It's about being the embodiment of love, of taking and making, doing for others. And if we had more people that did the small acts of kindness, right? The being of service, of thinking more of others than themselves, this world would be a completely different place. And, so in the grand scheme of the world, love more. In your personal relationships, love more. With your children, love much, much more. It's the time. It's the attention. It's not the stuff. We can throw money at problems. We can throw gifts at problems. But you know what? It doesn't mean squat. What means a lot is your attention. It's looking in the eyes and seeing that person's soul, seeing them for who they are, meeting them where they are. That is love. That is the action, the verb of love. It's not wanting something in return. That's a trade. That's commerce. That's not love. It's doing it because you can, because you want to, and because that service fills you with joy. Do you want to know the best way to, if you're having a bad day and you really need that pick-me-up? Go do something for someone else where they don't know you've done it. Something as simple as paying for the person behind you's coffee in the Starbucks line, right? Or, holding the door for somebody, or doing, making some a donation, but be of service in some way where the person doing it doesn't know that you did it, and it fills your soul and it makes the gloom go away. Do that in your relationships. Do that for your children. Do those acts of kindness. Be the verb of love. Be the embodiment of that. And I guarantee you, your life will change. I talk all about purpose, and I talk about goal setting and all of these improvement ideas. And yes, they're wonderful, but it's all about the service. It's what is our legacy going to be, is be of service, be of love, be an embodiment of that. And that, when you can do that, that is truly a life to the third power. Go out and love. I'm glad that you enjoyed this podcast. I'd love to hear what you got out of today's episode. So if you could please take a screenshot and share it to social media and tag me at Third Power Performance on both Facebook or Instagram, at Third Power Perf on Twitter. I would love to hear how it's affected you. And I would love it if you would subscribe. You can click the button right there, or to get more episodes, you can look at our featured video right here. And you can also check us out at www.thirdpowerperformance.com.